Good day, viewers. If today is your first time, you're welcome. Welcome to Madi Jibo Math channel. So today we shall be looking at differentiating functions that are in the form of product, okay, by using product rule. Okay, so if we have functions like this one bracket and this another, and you know what bracket means multiplication. So if you have that and you have to differentiate, let's say this variable x with respect to y, whatever variable, which of course might look like this in this form, y equals to st, where s and t are joined by what? The relationship between them, they are being joined by a product, okay, s times t. So in terms of product rule, the basic idea is that all you have to do, you hold one of the variables and differentiate the one with respect to this variable on the left hand side. Then you add plus, then again you hold the other variable and differentiate the other one. Okay, so let's say if we want to differentiate y with respect to s and t, where s and t both have, so let's say this is one term and this is another, okay, but they are variables, they are you differentiate them, let's say they are functions of x, okay, they are functions of x. So that's going to be your dy by dx equals to, so what you do, you take this one, take t and differentiate this with respect to, so you differentiate ds by dx, okay, then you put the plus, now you hold this one and you differentiate this one, so that's going to be s, then you differentiate dt by dx, okay, so that's it. So let's say again, if we have y equals to uv, the same thing again, hold one and differentiate, and these are functions of x, so you have dy by dx equals to, you take b du by dx, remember u and b are functions of x, plus, then you take the next one which is u and differentiate dv by dx. So you hold the v and differentiate this with respect to x, then you hold the other one and differentiate the whole u and differentiate v with respect to x, okay. It's actually very simple, and once you know that, it's just the formula, whatever variables, then for you to solve this one becomes very easy, because you have now the basic on how to differentiate. If you are actually, it is the first time and you've never heard of differentiation, then I advise you for you to check out my YouTube channel. I have done some videos already, okay, which will give you the basic on how to differentiate. However, just stick with me again, you'll be able to understand, okay. So let's say we have this function. Let's start with question 1 there, which is y equals to 3x squared plus 1 bracket open 5x minus 8, okay. So we assume, depending on whatever letters you want to assume these ones to be, so one bracket is going to be one of the letters, whatever letters you choose. So let's say let u equals to 3x squared plus 1. So now you've let u to be this one and this one as v, or whatever other letter you think of, okay. So now you want to differentiate u with respect to x here, so that's going to be du by dx, because you are differentiating u with respect to x. So now in terms of differentiating, we multiply the power by the coefficient of the variable and subtract 1 from the power, so this becomes 2 multiplied by 3, you have x, and you are going to take 2 minus 1, okay. So that's the first thing. Then the next, so if you differentiate a constant, and we've dealt with this one already, when we differentiate a constant, we always have 0, then plus 0, so this becomes du by dx equals to, so if you multiply this, becomes 6x, and 2 minus 1 becomes 1, so meaning differentiating this one will give us 6x, so that's it. Then the next one again, say let v equals to 5x minus 8. So now you're going to differentiate v with respect to x. So dv by dx becomes, this again, here the power is 1. When you multiply this, becomes 1 multiplied by 5. Then you have your x, this is already power there 1 minus 1. Okay, minus, when you differentiate a constant, that's 0. So we have our dv by dx equals to, so this become 1 times 5. This is no point multiplication, okay? 1 times 5, because I'm using x here, so I don't want to write x here again for it. So I don't want to confuse you guys. So 1 times 5 will give you 5, and 1 minus 1 will give you 0. So that becomes 5x to the 0. And any number raised to 0 is just 1. So this becomes 5 times 1, which is just 5 here, okay? So when we differentiate this one, it becomes 5, everything inside this bracket, okay? So now say but from product rule, but from product, because this is in the form of product rule, okay? Because you use u and v, from product rule you say dy by dx, and the reason why I'm writing dy by dx, because we are differentiating y with respect to x here. Dy by dx, we say it's v du by dx plus u dv by dx. Okay, so now it means, what's the variable for v? We let v to be what? 5x minus 8. So you write it 5x minus 8. This is one bracket times, what's your du by dx? When you differentiated du by dx, what was the answer? It was 6x. So multiply this by 6x, then plus. Okay, so now the next thing, what was your u? Your u was 3x squared plus 1. So this becomes 3. So I'm going to write it here plus. U is 3x squared plus 1. Okay, you close bracket as well. Multiply by, what's your dv by dx? Your dv by dx is what? 5. Multiply this by 5. So this now becomes, so this here becomes 6x into 5x minus 8, you close bracket, plus 5 into 3x square plus 1. So I've just written the same thing. Now you can open the bracket and add. Okay, so this becomes 6 times, this becomes 30x square minus 48x. Okay, so I'm opening down the bracket. This becomes x plus, this becomes 15x square, this and this plus 5. Okay, so you collect like terms, 30 plus this becomes 45, 45x square minus 48x plus 5. Okay, so that becomes your answer for this particular problem. Okay, I'm sure I've really taken it slowly just for you to understand if you've not done this one. Okay, and I'm quite sure the next ones I'll try to run very fast. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so let's look at the next problem. The next problem, of course, says y equals to, bracket open, this is 2x minus 1, and the next one, bracket open again, 3x plus 2. So the same thing, let's say this is u, this is v. So let u equals to 2x minus 1. We differentiate u with respect to x. This becomes du by dx equals to. So now, again, we know the rule now. I'm quite sure. So we have 1 here, multiply, this becomes 2. Okay, and that's x, 1 minus 1 here. Okay, minus, when we differentiate a constant, that's 0. So this becomes du by dx equals to, this becomes 2x raised to the power 0, which is 2. The number raised to the power 0 is 1. Okay, some cases I will not write again this one. So the next one, we have v, and let v equals to 3x plus 2. So the same thing again, dv by dx equals to, this is 3 because the power here is 1. So 1 times 3 is 3, x 1 minus 1 and plus 0. So this is 3x 0 plus 0. Of course, I don't want to write it again, which becomes 3. Remember the power of this, because this one is raised to the power 0, that makes x to the power 0 1. Okay, and 3 times 1 becomes 3. So now from product rule we say, but from product rule we say dy by dx equals to, we say it's v du by dx plus u multiplied by dv by dx. That's what it means, this multiplication. Okay, so now you have, what is your v? You've let v to be 3x plus 2, so that's 3x plus 2 multiplied by, what's your du by dx? Du by dx is 2, so this is it, plus, now what is your u? Your u was 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1, so you have 2x minus 1, you close bracket. Okay, the next thing you have to do, you multiply again this by dv by dx. What's your dv by dx? Is what? 3. And once you have that, you multiply this. So this becomes 2 multiplied by this becomes 6x plus 4, plus you multiply this becomes again 6x minus 3. You collect like terms, so that will give you 6x, and 6x becomes 12x plus 4 minus that becomes plus 1. Okay, so you have just added this and this, and that will be your answer. Okay, so let's look at the next problem. Okay, so let's look at the next question. So number 3 says y equals to 2x square minus 1 brackets open x square plus 3. Okay, so we are going to do this one very fast, because we let u to be 2x square minus 1, we differentiate du by dx, so that becomes 4x. Okay, so I'm not going to write again minus 0. I hope you actually gotten the basics now. So you multiply this and subtract 1 from that, so that becomes 4x, and v equals to x square plus 3. We know, of course, when you differentiate, the constant is 0. So your dv by dx, this becomes what? Your 2x. Now, from product rule, say dy by dx equals to v du by dx plus u dv by dx. Okay, so now next we just substitute into the formula. What is your v? So v now is x square plus 3, so that becomes x square plus 3 close bracket multiplied by du by dx, it's 4x, so this is 4x plus, now what is your u? Your u is 2x square minus 1, 2x square minus 1 close bracket multiplied by, what is my dv dx? Dv dx is 2x here. Okay, so now we clear the bracket, this becomes, so 4x multiplied by this becomes 4x cubed. Okay, plus this by this becomes 12x plus 2x multiplied by this becomes 4x cubed as well. Okay, then the next one, this and this becomes minus 2x. You collect like terms, 4x cubed becomes 8x cubed. 12x minus 2x becomes plus 10x. Okay, so that's it. You can further say what's common here. 2 is common, so 2 and x common, so this remains 4x square, and this becomes 5. Okay, which is again the same thing. Okay, so that's the solution to that. So this is the solution to this question. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, so let's look at question 4, which is y equals to, so I just want you guys to try this one. Okay, I'm not going to solve that. So let's solve the last problem. So now I'll just shorten it to make the video very short. So this becomes x squared plus 1. Okay, fine. This is a bit different from the ones we solved, and that's also why I want us to solve this one. Okay, so you can try the number 4, example 4, and of course I'll just give you the answer to that, then you work towards that answer. Okay, so now this one is a bit different, and the reason for that because it has a power here, and we shall get to that, or maybe we have done a video on that already where we talked about um, using what we call, of course, we have quotient rule, we have product rule, and okay, so that's when we differentiate a function by a function. So that's exactly where this one comes in. Okay, but for now, we are just going to combine that. Okay, so it's a bit different. So let's say if you let u equals to x minus 2 um, all square. Okay, x minus 2 all square. Now you want to differentiate that one. So the first thing you have to do when you differentiate a bracket with a power, the first thing you have to do, you differentiate this power. Then you have to differentiate again inside the bracket. So you assume the whole of this to be just a letter. I mean x minus 2 to be a letter. And so you differentiate. So if you differentiate that, so it's going to be, let's say, du by dx becomes 2 multiplied by, you assume, of course, this one, the coefficient here is 1, so it becomes 2 into x minus 2. Okay, so now the next thing you have to do, you have to differentiate now what is inside the bracket. You multiply, so that's like differentiating a function by a function. So now when you differentiate what is inside here, you know, differentiating a constant becomes 0, so you just differentiate x, and when you differentiate x, remember you have 1 here, you multiply it by 1, and that becomes x again. 1 minus 1 becomes the power of that becomes 0, so x is to the power 0 of course becomes 1. So when you differentiate what is inside this bracket, you are going to have 1. Okay, so your answer here, this becomes 2 into x minus 2. Now the other way you can solve this one, you let a letter to be this one, so that's going to be, let's say, so under the let again, so let's say t equals to x minus 2. Now you are differentiating t with respect to x, so that becomes dt by dx equals to, so this, of course, if you differentiate this one, that becomes 1. Okay, now we know we've let t to be this one, but the initial one was u equals to the whole of this one. So u now becomes, instead of x minus t, it becomes now t square. So that becomes t square. So now we are going to differentiate again this one. So du by dt becomes 2t raised to the power 1, 2 minus 1, that's 1. Okay, so now you are going to use now differentiating a function by a function. Now, because we need du by dx, that's what we needed. Okay, here, du by dx. So basically this is the answer, but I want us to use another method. That's exactly what we are doing here. So let t to be what is inside this bracket. Okay, and we differentiated t with respect to x, and we got this one. Now we know the function now is u equals to, instead of x minus 2, it becomes now t, but it has a square, so it becomes t square, which is this. We differentiate u with respect to t, we have this one. So we are going to use now differentiating a function by a function formula, which says du by dx becomes du by dt multiplied by dt by dx. So that's the formula for you to differentiate a function by a function when you have a bracket and it is raised to a power. So this is the same as, because if you cancel this and this, you are going to have again du by dx. Okay, so now we just substitute into this. What is your du by dt? Du du by dt is 1, so that becomes 1 multiplied by dt by dx. Du by dt is 2x rather, that's 2t multiplied by dt by dx, that's 1. Okay, so this becomes, so this is 2, so this becomes 2t. Okay, so it means your du by dx is 2t, but what is t? Okay, what is t? So, but t was x minus 2, so therefore your du by dx becomes again 2 into x minus 2, which is again the same as this one. Okay, but we'll get to this type of when we use differentiating a function by function, purely that topic, we'll get to deal with this one seriously. So now let's take v here. So v becomes x squared plus 1. You differentiate dv by dx becomes 2x here. Okay, and you know this is 0. So now your dy by dx becomes, you know, it's v du by dx plus u dv by dx. Okay, what is my v? My v, of course, is x squared plus 1 multiplied by, what is my du by dx? Du by dx is 2. So if I multiply now this one, I open the bracket, this becomes 2x minus 4. So 2x minus 4. Okay, so that's for the whole of this plus. Now what is my u? Your u is what? X minus 2 all square. So that becomes x minus 2 all square multiplied by, what is my dv by dx? Okay, your dv by dx is what? 2x. Okay, so now all you have to do is just to multiply that. So we are going to use this one, multiply this bracket by this, 2x multiplied by this becomes 2x cubed. So that becomes 2x cubed. Okay, now we take again 2 multiplied by this becomes plus 2x. So we are done with the first one, and we come to this is minus. So minus 4 times this becomes minus 4x square. Okay, minus 4 times this becomes minus 4 plus. So now plus, I'm coming out to this one, 2x times this becomes 2x square. Okay, then, so fine. So this one, okay, so this one we have to clear first this bracket. X minus 2 becomes x minus 2 all square. So that becomes, we can just write that one as x minus 2 and the other one as x minus 2. Okay, then we have now what? 2x here. Okay, I should have been able to do this one because I know it's going to be x squared minus 4x then plus 4. So this and this becomes x squared, and this becomes minus 2x, this and this becomes minus 2x and plus 4. Okay, so you see that everything I multiplied by 2x. So I'm just dealing with this one. Okay, so this becomes here becomes x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, all by 2x. You get that? So meaning the whole of this becomes this. Now what you have to do, if I clear this bracket, becomes this and this becomes 2x cubed. Okay, this and this becomes minus 8x squared plus this and this becomes 8x. Okay, so now you are going to add this and this here at the top. So I'm quite sure you'll be able to see here. So 2x cubed. So now let's collect like terms here. Are there any? No. So 2x cubed and 2x cubed here becomes 4x cubed. Okay, so I'm adding now 2x here, and this becomes 10x plus 10x. But let's go with the other ones, the next power. Minus 4x minus 8x, that becomes minus 12x squared. Okay, 2x and this becomes plus 8x. Now the last thing, minus 4. Simple as that. Okay, now what you have to do, if you look at this, there is something that is common, which is 4. So if you take 4 outside, this becomes x cubed minus 3x squared. okay, plus 2x minus 1, okay, which becomes your final answer. Okay, so far, if you've been with me onto this point, I want to say thank you very much, and I do appreciate your effort and time. So please, if you don't understand, look at the video again over and over for you to understand, okay? And if, however, you have any question to ask, please leave that in the comment section. I'll look at them and get to respond to you again as fast as possible, okay? So please don't forget to subscribe, share, and of course, like the video. Okay, hit the bell notification so whenever I upload a video, you will be the first one to be notified. Okay, please share, and even if you don't want to subscribe, just be around to learn with me. Okay, so thank you very much. I do appreciate your efforts.